Most people think being able to speak another language is just, a neat skill to put on a resume. But what if I told you it's so much more than that? What if it fundamentally changes the very way you see the world?
And hey, that's not an exaggeration. The research is clear. If you speak 2 or more languages, you're not just memorizing new words. You are actively rewiring how your brain processes reality, how you interpret social cues, and even how you understand your own identity.
So that's what we're going to dive into. We're going to decode some of the rare psychological traits that really define this powerful multilingual mind. And if you recognize a few of these in yourself, well, your brain is probably way more powerful than you even realize.
All right, first up, let's talk about social interaction. Because for a multilingual person navigating a social setting, it's almost like having a secret superpower.
Okay, have you ever noticed this? You feel a little more confident in one language, but maybe more humorous or even more emotional in another. Well, there's a name for that: contextual identity shifting. See, it's not that you have one single rigid personality. Instead, your tone, your humor, your emotions, they all naturally adapt to the cultural DNA that's baked into each language.
And this is so key. You are not being fake. You're not pretending. This transformation, it's actually a sign of mastery. It shows this incredible, almost unconscious ability to read a social situation and just seamlessly blend in.
This really breaks down how that works. A monolingual brain is often trained to focus mostly on the words being said. But the multilingual brain, it operates with this layered lens. When you're constantly jumping between languages, you learn that words are just one part of the story. You automatically start analyzing tone, mood, and the whole context to get to the real meaning.
And this is what so many people would just call intuition. You can sense the tension in a room faster than anyone else, or you pick up on these hidden emotions that other people might totally miss. But it's not magic, right? It's a highly trained psychological sensitivity, a skill that's been honed by years and years of looking for meaning beyond the literal.
But this social awareness, that's just one piece of the puzzle. All of that linguistic juggling you do, it actually strengthens the brain itself, and that leads to some pretty profound cognitive benefits.
Think about it. Most people think within the structure of their one language, but a multilingual person often thinks in pure concepts. Your brain isn't just translating word for word. No, it's going to an abstract idea first and then choosing the best language to express it. This completely frees your mind and gives you this wider mental toolbox for solving problems.
I mean, just think about the constant mental workout your brain is doing every single day. You're balancing grammar rules, juggling different accents, managing different cultural expectations, all at once. This intense, ongoing exercise strengthens what's called your brain's executive control. And the result? People who are multilingual often stay calmer under pressure and can handle multitasking way more efficiently. Your brain is just used to a heavier cognitive load.
And these cognitive perks, they all build towards something even bigger, something more profound. This whole rewiring thing, it goes beyond just social skills and mental function. It fundamentally changes how you experience emotions, your memories, and even your concept of truth itself. Every single language has its own unique way of talking about feelings, right? So because you understand these different cultural expressions, you develop a much higher emotional intelligence. You don't just hear what people are saying, you're decoding what they truly mean within their own emotional context. And that leads to way more accuracy and empathy.
Okay, now this is absolutely fascinating. For a multilingual person, memory isn't just a single timeline. It's more like a series of layers. Different languages often get attached to very specific emotions, people, or entire phases of your life. So, for example, a memory that was formed while you were speaking your native language. It has a distinct emotional weight to it, a certain color. It just feels a certain way.
And that feeling is completely different from a memory that was formed in a language you picked up as a teenager or an adult. It's almost like having multiple memory systems running at the same time, which lets you experience your own past with this incredible, unique depth. And this brings us to what might just be the ultimate power of the multilingual mind. By knowing that different languages literally shape different worldviews, you inherently learn that there isn't just one single truth or one right way to see the world.
So what's the crucial point here? Well, this makes you more open-minded, for sure, less judgmental. And you're also much, much harder to manipulate because you instinctively recognize that any single perspective is just one of many. You don't just translate words, you translate entire realities.
So what does all of this add up to? It means that if you speak more than one language, you possess this really unique power. You have the rare ability to actually step back and observe the world,
not just participate in it. Put simply, your brain isn't average. It's been trained to be layered, to be incredibly adaptable, and to be uniquely powerful in ways that go far, far beyond just communication.
So, just take a second to think about everything we've touched on, from that identity shifting, to layered memory, to seeing the world through multiple lenses. How many of these traits really, truly resonate with your own experience?